The cameras flashed, the audience roared, and a single name echoed across the MTV Video Music Awards stage: Rosé. In that instant, the BLACKPINK vocalist became the first K-pop artist to win Song of the Year at the VMAs, one of the most prestigious categories in the music industry. The moment was history in real time. Rosé stood in disbelief, clutching her award as the crowd rose to its feet. A Korean soloist had just broken through one of the last Western-dominated strongholds. The song that carried her there, APT featuring Bruno Mars, was already a cultural phenomenon. Its fusion of K-pop polish with Bruno's soulful funk struck the perfect balance. The track's virality was undeniable. TikTok challenges, fan covers across the globe, and streaming milestones that few believed a Korean-English crossover could achieve. The song had already broken Spotify's record for most streamed collaboration in its debut week and charted on Billboard Hot 100 for consecutive weeks, cementing its status before the VMAs. When her name was called, social media went into meltdown. Within minutes, hashtags like RoseVMAs History, APT, and BLACKPINK Pride were trending worldwide. TikTok edits of her shocked face spread like wildfire. On Instagram Reels, fans remixed her speech into fan cams set to her own vocals. Twitter lit up with K-pop fans proudly reminding the world, "We told you this day would come." If you're new here, welcome to HallyuOrbit. Almost 90% of viewers who find our videos aren't subscribed yet. Subscribing means you'll always be part of these milestones in real time. Don't miss the next story shaping K-pop's global rise. Hit that subscribe button and let's explore how Rosé rewrote history. For Rosé, this win was more than an award. It was a validation of her long journey. As BLACKPINK's main vocalist, she had always been celebrated for her distinctive voice, but questions loomed when she ventured solo. Her debut singles, On the Ground and Gone, were successful, yet critics wondered if she could sustain momentum alone. Collaborating with Bruno Mars changed everything. The unexpected pairing bridged fan bases, garnered industry respect, and proved she was more than just a K-pop idol. She was a global pop artist. The VMAs stage crystallized that transformation. As she delivered her acceptance speech, her voice cracked with emotion. She thanked her Blinks, her BLACKPINK sisters, Bruno Mars, and her team. Then she dedicated the award to anyone who ever felt like they didn't belong. That line spread beyond fandom circles. LGBTQ+ activists, immigrant communities, and Asian diaspora voices reposted it, highlighting how her words resonated with millions far beyond K-pop. Clips of her speech surpassed 20 million views on YouTube in under 48 hours. TikTok edits drew even bigger numbers. Korean media praised her as a national icon. Western outlets like Rolling Stone and Billboard framed her win as proof that the K-pop wave was no longer a wave, it was the tide. Yet, the win wasn't without debate. Industry analysts questioned whether APT could be considered K-pop given its globalized sound. Some argued that the VMA's Best K-pop category was now outdated, too narrow for artists evolving past borders. Fans clapped back. K-pop has always been about hybridization, adaptation, and pushing boundaries. Rosé's win wasn't the death of K-pop, it was its evolution in real time. The virality of the moment was measurable. Spotify streams for APT jumped by 30% in the 3 days following the VMAs. YouTube searches for Rosé VMAs speech and Rosé Song of the Year topped trending charts in Korea, Thailand, and the US. Fan cafes reported surges in membership. International Blink communities organized viewing parties in Latin America, Europe, and Southeast Asia, posting their live reactions. In Brazil, a fan event filled an entire theater just to watch her performance replayed on screen. Meanwhile, Korean news outlets celebrated her as an emblem of Hallyu's unstoppable momentum. Western press framed it as a watershed moment for inclusivity in award shows. The BBC highlighted how her win symbolized shifting cultural power. CNN called her speech one of the defining moments of the night. This was cause and effect storytelling at its peak. a historic win sparking global reactions, which fed back into streaming surges and headlines. But beyond the metrics, the emotional resonance was what kept people watching. Fans on TikTok stitched her moment into their own stories of resilience. Asian American youth described how validating it was to see someone who looked like them honored on such a stage. Music critics wrote essays on how Rosé's soft yet powerful voice embodied a generation. The legacy of that one award reached far beyond entertainment. Rosé's win also invited comparisons to past milestones. BTS's Grammy nominations, BLACKPINK headlining Coachella, and Psy's viral domination with Gangnam Style. But this was different. Those moments introduced K-pop to the world. Rosé's win integrated K-pop into the very fabric of Western pop culture's elite institutions. Looking forward, the implications are enormous. Will the VMAs merge best K-pop into general categories, recognizing that these artists no longer need a separate box? Will more Western collaborations follow, inspired by Rosé and Bruno Mars's success? And which idols will carry the torch next? New Jeans? Stray Kids? LE SSERAFIM? The ceiling has been raised, and future acts will measure themselves against Rosé's benchmark. For BLACKPINK, the win is yet another jewel in the crown of a group that has already defined a generation. For Rosé, it secures her as a solo artist with a legacy independent of her group. For K-pop, it's a statement. We're not outsiders anymore. We are the music industry. As the applause fades and history books are updated, one question lingers. How did Rosé's win make you feel? Proud as a fan? Inspired as an artist? Or curious about how far K-pop can still go? Share your thoughts below. And remember, 90% of you watching right now aren't subscribed. Don't miss the next chapter in this story. Hit subscribe and stay with HallyuOrbit as we continue to trace the rise of Hallyu across the globe.